This video is how to label your spot in Adobe Audition, save it into the commercial master, and load it into WideOrbit. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is get the metadata into Adobe Audition so WideOrbit knows what we're looking at here. We do that with this information from vCreative. For this example, I'm going to use this PO from Metro Shoe Warehouse in vCreative. Here's the spot, final mix, all ready to go. So we're looking for metadata. Don't see it, so let's go to Window and look at metadata here. There's no check mark. So the check mark signals that it is visible in your Adobe Audition. No check mark, not visible. We click it. Mine popped up over here on the right side of the screen. Yours could pop up anywhere. So just to make sure, look for the check mark, okay? Now I've got cart here. Cart is not what you want. I know it doesn't make any sense. There's going to be a few things that are not intuitive here. So follow along, please. We want XMP, XMP. Now there might be a whole bunch of other crap in here, but we're looking for WideOrbit because we want to write the information from Adobe Audition to put into WideOrbit. So we got a little drop down here. Title, artist, out, cue, start and end date, year. Okay, that's what we want. Now the title is actually the name of the client. For this one, it is Metro Shoe Warehouse. Metro Shoe Warehouse. The artist is going to be the title or the ISKI here. I like using the ISKI because ISKI means it has to be a unique identifier. So I like to copy and paste it. You could type it in, whatever you want to do. Control C, Control V, or you can right click to copy and paste. The out cue, I know you can go back here and listen, but I know this is Shop Metro Shoe Warehouse, whatever the last few words of this are. Start date, leave this blank. We do not want a start date in here. Just for an example, this PO says it starts on 3/25, which the client may think that's when they want to start it, but they might look at their calendar and go, oh, we need to start that on 3/24. And now we have to go and change all these things. We want this to be able to start immediately once it's saved. All right. So leave that blank. End date, very important. Make sure this is included. On this PO, it is 4/9/23. Down here in Adobe Audition, you can see the format they like it, which is 04/09/23. Year, you can leave that blank, don't need it. Now is also a really good time to add your EOM marker. EOM stands for end of message. It triggers the next element in WideOrbit. So I'm going to zoom in here. There are a lot of ways we can do that. I can go over that with you later if you want. But anyway, I zoomed in. This is the very end of my spot. I don't want to step on it, but I don't want a big gap either. So I'm going to put my cue marker right there. Then I'm going to type M for marker. And that's going to give me my EOM marker for my end of message. And then you can go over here and we can see in my markers that it is at 29.986. Now you could grab this and you could move it around if you want. You could type in 29.999, whatever, or you can just grab it and move it wherever you want if you want to do that. Okay, that's enough about the markers. Now we want to save this into the commercial master. All right, this is how to save into the commercial master. We go File, Save As. We want to title it Metro Shoe Warehouse, client name, dash, and then I want to give it the ISKI title again. Whatever we named it over here in the artist, that's going to be the next thing. So I've already got it copied. I'm going to Control V. You could type it in, but I just pasted it back in, okay? And then give yourself a couple spaces and whatever today's date is. For me, today's date is 3/27/23. So 03-27-23. You can't use slashes in here. It'll say it doesn't like it. Location. I want to save it into the commercial master. Now I have a quick access over here, but on this PC, we want to go to the Z drive, also known as the Cool Pool. So Z drive, Cool Pool, production, and then commercial master, which is always at the very tippy top. That's why we have the 0 up here. So it's always at the top. And you want to save it into the folder that on the date you created it. So even if this was to say start on April 1st, we created it in March. So we want to put it in the March folder. We want to save it as a WideOrbit format right. It is always the thing at the very bottom. WideOrbit format right. So that's click save. Now, for this to work in WideOrbit, it needs to be 44/100 hertz stereo 16-bit. This is not that. So we need to change it. We go over here to change. So we got these drop down boxes. We want it to be 44100 stereo. That looks good. 16-bit. Now, if you're going to do this over and over again. So what I would recommend is going to this little, looks like a rectangle with an arrow dropping down into it. It is save settings as a preset. So click that. I'm going to title mine Wide Orbit Right. Click save. So the next time I go looking for this, it's in my presets, and I can just click Wide Orbit Format Right, and it'll make sure it's 441 stereo 16-bit. Got it? Got it. Click OK. That looks good. Include markers and other metadata. Make sure that is checked. If you don't have it checked, you're going to get this little warning right here. Make sure it's checked. Otherwise, you did all this work for nothing. So all that looks right. Hit OK. Now, sometimes this little dude likes to hide. And you'll get it'll look like this, saving with a 97%. You're like, it's just hung up. It's not. You might have to go down here into your tray, and it's just hiding down here. So find that, click OK. Now it's saved into your commercial master. Now this is how to save it into WideOrbit. This is how to save it into WideOrbit. All right, so you go to File, Save As. Now, every station and every element has a prefix. For commercials, it's COM, COM for commercials. And then we're looking for the card ID. For this one, it is 3963, 3963. And we want to put it in WideOrbit import. Now, I have a quick access for it, but it would also be pull, and then WideOrbit import. Okay, import. So you double click that, COM 3963, that's right. WideOrbit Format Right, because we're writing it onto WideOrbit. Okay, click save. 441 stereo 16-bit, include markers and other metadata. It's all there. Click OK. Again, if this little dude is hiding out, it might look like you're hung up, but you're not really. Remember, look down into your tray to make sure it's there. Click OK. And then just double check in WideOrbit to make sure it's there, that it made the trip. And that's it. You're done.